My name is Hastings Tchinga. I'm 17 years old. I'm a prisoner at Kachere Reformatory Centre. In July 2013, I committed a crime. I stole my father's desktop computer, and after running away from home, I was caught and sentenced to prison. Since then, I've been at Kachere Reformatory Centre, serving a 2-year sentence. This is Kachere Reformatory Centre, where I now live. Since I've been in prison, my life has been mostly terrible. Sometimes I ask myself if prison is hell, or if hell has been brought to earth. I don't know what you think, but I thought of prison as a place where one changed his behavior from bad to good. I thought it was a place where the living conditions were good. But what I found when I entered was very different. Even a single day in prison is hard to live. Even if the court would sentence you to 5 days, you would still feel the harshness of the prison living conditions. We eat only once each day, and every day is the same thing. We eat gaiwan sima with a cup of beans that have been boiled for only a couple of minutes. The cell where I sleep is 4 by 3 meters, and I share with 20 other inmates. There are 21 of us sleeping as if we are bags of maize. We sleep on the floor with holes, so we all fit. Even my sleeping line on one side of the body, it is like the front and backs of our bodies have been glued together. You can turn without editing the entire cell so that everyone can turn at the same time. This is a drawing by my fellow inmate, Blessings Benjamin, showing how we sleep. There are over 200 prisoners at Kachere Reformatory Centre and only 2 toilets. It is common to wait in a long queue for you to use the toilet. Only you'll find out that when it is your turn, the toilet is full and will not hold anything more. Then you have to wait even longer. Because of overcrowding, disease and illness is common for us. We suffer most from skin disease, like scabies and body rice. If one person is affected by an illness, it's obvious that we all get it. I started writing stories in an after-school writing workshop last year. While in prison, I attended a full-time school that was built and is run by a US-based non-profit organization called I Live Here. The school uses Malawi national curriculum and creative programs so that prisoners like me can continue or begin our education. This is our Form 4 class, learning mathematics. The first story I ever wrote was titled Broken Path, and it captures my background and my past experience before I came to prison. When I read this story, it takes me back to how my life was when I was committing the bad behaviors that brought me to prison. Since I started writing stories, I've written many, but there's one story that I like most, and it's titled Bye Bye Town, and it captures how I felt during an outing to the hospital after being inside the prison for nearly 8 months. I'd like to tell you part of that story now. It was a Monday morning. The sun was shining down as if it was moved daily because of the earth. I had registered to go to the hospital. As I left the prison territory, my senses were active. I saw lots of cars moving around, some in new designs and some still in those old ones. I heard loud music playing from cars and shops. I smelled freshly baked cake, bread, and buns from a nearby bakery. That smell tasted delicious, as if I had already tasted them. I felt free, though I was still handcuffed. When we reached town, I felt like a mad person, looking here and there, turning around, delaying, that even my friend who was handcuffed with me was spurring me to hurry up. Those who saw me on the street knew that I had been in prison for a long time without saying anything or going anywhere. While walking back to the prison, I felt as if the warders could just feel me and say, "You are free, get going." We passed town and I said in my heart, "Bye-bye town, I'm going to see you again in 2015. This was my greatest day since entering prison 8 months ago. I only go outside of the prison when I'm sick and need to go to the hospital, and now here at TED. But that first time was magical, and I can live it again and again through my stories. Writing and telling stories to others has helped me to ignore the prison living conditions and just go on with my life. I believe stories that I write keep me going. Writing and telling stories to others also pushes me forward on fulfilling my dreams one day. In July 2014, I wrote and passed my junior certificate examination, JCE. And when I'm released from prison in 2015, I'm looking forward to writing my Malawi secondary certificate examination, MSCE, so that when I pass, I can fulfill my dreams of being a journalist. I really want to go to the university and study journalism. I would like to be a journalist because I want to be the people's voice. I shall be telling the people what prisoners face in their day-to-day life. I'll be writing short stories, novels, and books for teenagers, for them to learn how prison life is. I don't want them to make the same mistakes I've done and find themselves in the same predicament I am in. Thank you.